You know, there aren't too many problems you can't solve around a campfire, especially here in Crawford County. Welcome to the special edition of Crawford County Outdoors. I'm Duane and Landon and Gavin Beck are back there getting the fire ready for some campfire cooking today with Chef Lisa. But our first stop is going to be to the Meadville KOA Campground. Since it's summertime, you may want to be thinking about camping, and there's lots of great things going on out there we just learned about. So we'll be back here for cooking in a bit, but first let's go out to the KOA Campground in Meadville. Joining us now, Robyn and Tim Chilson. Robyn,
hi.
Welcome.
Duane.
Tim, welcome to Crawford County Outdoors, and thanks for having us out here at the Meadville KOA Campground. Let me first ask you, what's KOA? What does that mean?
KOA stands for Kampgrounds of America, and it is the largest camping franchised organization in the world.
So there's been a campground here before it became KOA. So talk about what was before and what not. What involved that change?
Brookdale Family Campground was established in 1978, and we were a campground and bought the park in 1999. And about 5 years ago, KOA asked us if we were interested in becoming a franchise, and we decided that might be a great marketing move for our park. And we franchised with KOA, and it has continued to help us grow our business through their marketing programs.
Now, when I was on 79 the other day, I saw a little, and it kind of looks like your logo. I saw a little thing that looked like a little teepee. You know, is that you? Is that they're pointing people towards you?
They're pointing people towards KOA's. They have a directory, a website, a mobile app. Their marketing machine is just second to none.
Let's talk about camping for a second. The sport or the activity or whatever. You know, make a sales pitch. Why would I pick that versus going to the golf course or some other summer activity?
Well, camping is a great family activity. We bring families together to do things that they don't get the opportunity to do all the time. We have free catch and release fishing. Moms and dads can come here with no license required, teach their kids to fish. I have parents who caught their first fish here, bring their kids back to catch their first fish here because they've got such great memories of the campground. And that's stuff you don't get even at state and county parks. We provide activities and events all day long on Saturday. We have a jumping pillow, mini golf, pedal carts, paddle boats. We have horseshoes, volleyball, basketball, soccer fields, creeks to wade in, ponds to fish in, hiking trails. They can be busy all day long here.
Now, I can remember as a kid going camping both with the Boy Scouts, but then a few family versions of that. Very memorable things that, you know, in my case, 50 plus years ago, that I still remember, you know, we still talk about from time to time. I suppose people are making memories here all the time.
All the time, and it's really nice. We have people who have camped with us before we owned it and are still camping with us, and we've watched their children grow up and become fine young adults, and it's a great investment in families and their children.
It is definitely an outdoor family experience, and like Robyn said, we are now seeing families that grew up here starting to bring their children back to catch their first fish.
So the fishing's a big part of it there. You mentioned that a couple of times.
A big part of it. People love our ponds and fish. The ponds are stocked, and of course we pay a fee to the state to allow them to fish here. So that they don't require, it's catch and release fishing, and they aren't required a license. And but the kids love to fish. We sell worms. They use hot dogs. They use bread balls. They use canned corn. And we have everything from carp to big catfish to large and smallmouth bass and sunfish, bluegills. And the kids just love it. They have a lot of fun.
Now, if you were to see a KOA sign as maybe you were traveling to a family event, you know, somewhere a long way, does KOA mean certain things are going to be included in that they would know that about you too when they saw that sign?
Absolutely. Most KOAs, all KOAs offer Wi-Fi. And we have cable TV on our full hookup campsites. So when you buy a campsite with water, electric, and sewer, you get cable TV and Wi-Fi. And you can check your email, you can get on Facebook and Twitter and do that kind of stuff. Now we can't allow streaming because of the number of devices in the park, but people can get on there and keep up with their kids or their grandchildren, or send videos of them catching fish to grandma and grandpa.
We do have a quality inspection team that comes out and to look through our park, and they look at everything from top to bottom. And so
there's standards that you're held to.
Campers begin to experience a level of cleanliness and a standard that they know what they're going to get into when they come at a KOA.
There's 475 plus KOAs in the system, and we're in the top percentages of that.
That's awesome.
We are a Founders and President's Award-winning campground.
Oh, very good.
Very good. And that is the highest quality standard KOA has to me, and we've achieved that over the last 5 years.
Now back to another camping question here. I see behind us some beautiful cabins there. I see a number, as I look around here, of mobile type campers, and I see some tents set up. Compare and contrast, how would I decide which one's going to work for me the best?
Well, and it's really based on a personal decision. Some people, when they think of camping, that's what they think of as the tent and the rain and the mud and the kids and the dogs.
That's
and
what I remember from Boy Scouts.
Tent.
That's what I remember from that. Okay.
And it's not appealing to them. So what KOA has done is kind of brought that to a different level. And so we have Deluxe Cabins behind us that have a restroom, a shower, a full kitchen. There's a refrigerator, a countertop stove, a microwave, sinks in there, air conditioning, heat, and cable TV. So they can come and they can fish at the pond. They can drink their morning coffee sitting on the porch and in front of the lake here and watch their kids fish. Or they can sit inside and watch a ball game or a golf outing.
So all the sleeping on the ground and all that kind of stuff, that's taken off the table. But now they got the activities
right
there for them.
And if they don't want to go that fancy, we have a camping cabin that gets tenors out of the bad weather when it's bad. This weekend we're enjoying a great weekend of weather, but it's not always like that. And so we do have people who will upgrade to a camping cabin or our kitchenette cabin to get out of the weather for the weekend, or just because they don't want to sleep in the tents and haul the tents and all that gear with them. They want something a little less.
Now, if you have a mobile camper, like a trailer type, or a type that's a motor home type, I guess would be the word I would use. Is that the right word? Is that what you call that?
Yep, that's the right word.
That thing comes and you can plug in, and you're.
Yep. We have sites set up that have electric, sewer, and water. They can plug into those and have all the utilities that they need. We also have families who park their RV here for the whole summer. We call them seasonal campers.
Okay.
But they basically park their camper here for the whole summer. They come each weekend with their family and recreate, and it's a lot of fun and easy for them because it's basically a turnkey process. They can come in Friday night, bring their food in a cooler, throw it in their fridge. Sunday they pack it up, take it home. It's all no fuss, no mess.
There's a preferred rate for something like that, where you're going to have a customer now for a longer stretch of time.
Yep. Oh yeah, we greatly discount the seasonal rate versus the weekend rate.
Go ahead, Tim.
And then we have campers that come just for the weekend. Our weekends are themed and they're each different, so we've got a little different activity going on each weekend. And so the campers come from a 150 mile radius to camp with us because of the things that we offer, or they can come
spend a week
vacation and catch 2 weekends.
So maybe you have live in a big town, they don't get out, don't get to see anything green very much and whatever. I mean, is that the kind of thing you hear?
We actually had a family come camp with us a few years ago that lived in Pittsburgh, I think it was, whose children had never seen fireflies.
Okay.
And they came here and they spent their evenings catching fireflies. The kids were just enthralled with catching fireflies. So, Mr. Tim here has taken some youngins on snipe hunts. I'm sure you remember that from the Boy Scout days. And so we have some fun with the kids, picking on them and having fun with them. And our goal in life is to be the crazy people at the campground that messed with the kids, when they came in. We joke and fool and kid with them and have a good time with them.
Now, I've been watching some of your activities here. Tim, you're quite the engineer here. Let me ask you about the whole train setup here that goes for the kids.
Well, that I had a brainstorm and thought, we'd offer something that the smaller kids could do, and believe it or not, I found that on eBay and won the bid and had a hook onto my trailer and go off over into Ohio to pick it up, and it's a fun thing. You know, it's just a little.
So each kid's got his own little steering wheel, and he's going to run the show there. And now your machine that pulls along each of the kids has it sounds like a train. I mean, it's got a little soundtrack.
There's a little sound box on there, and it chugs along, and the kids, and it's fairly loud. They can hear it from all over in the park, and they'll come.
And it brings more kids down.
I was say whenever that sound goes, that draws. Draws them in. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Robyn, you have things for the kids also. It may be of a more snack nature. You know, I enjoyed watching that.
So today's crafts, we made marshmallow men for. This weekend is Death by Chocolate.
Okay.
And so we try to theme it. So our craft is themed with chocolate. We're playing candy bar bingo. So instead of paying for bingo with money, they all bring a candy bar. And then each game, we split the candy bars up into the number of games that we play with a jackpot, of course. And we have a couple specials that we give away, marshmallow kits. They get graham crackers, chocolate bars, and marshmallows for their special when we run a special. And we don't make any money on the bingo. We give it all back to the campers plus some. We give away door prizes and specials. But it's just for fun. It's just for entertainment. And it gets the kids something to do. And then later tonight we're having ice cream social that everybody comes down, and we have free ice cream sundaes. They make their own sundaes. And then later, just about dark, at dusk, we meet at the basketball court, and we actually do an after dark flashlight candy hunt. And we buy the little tiny snack-sized candy bars, and we spread them out in that whole soccer field. And we turn the kids loose by age group. We let the youngest kids go first, of course, and then the teens bat clean up. Last night we had one of our senior citizens ask if we couldn't let them go out with the grabbers and pick them up.
Senior citizen candy grab. I just thought it'd be interesting to see what the 6 and 7-year-olds' faces if we let the seniors go with their grabbers first.
But we just have fun, and the kids, when you're out there and you see the kids running around in the dark with their bags and flashlight, it looks like giant fireflies running around the field. It's just a lot of fun, and the kids have fun doing it. And, that's really what it's all about, is just having fun with the kids.
Now, you mentioned marshmallows, chocolate bars, and graham crackers. Now, that says to me s'mores, too.
It does say s'mores,
Now, talk about s'mores for a second. I know a few weeks ago you had s'more day.
Yeah, we did. We had s'more day, and we actually had a cookout at the main pavilion. We have a community fire ring. And I took all the materials up there, and we made gourmet s'mores. So people could try different candy bars and combinations with their marshmallows to see what ones they liked. Give them a different idea.
Did you keep score? Is there like a favorite?
Well, people really liked. We did one with a peppermint patty.
Really? Okay.
And they really liked that. That seemed to be pretty popular. And of course, Reese cup s'mores are very, very popular.
Okay. I'll have to pass that along to Chef Lisa.
I think it was kind of a toss-up. The girls kind of liked the peppermint patties, and the boys, of course, the peanut butter. They're just big peanut butter fans.
There was something about that camping and those special camp foods that you have along. Whatever. Yep. Okay. So also notice the bouncing place over there that you can get some exercise.
We call that a jumping pillow.
Okay.
And we have a fun band program that the kids buy a wristband. We have 2 different rates. We have a daily rate. We have a week-long rate. So if they're here for their vacation for $12 per child, they can play all week long, and that gives them unlimited paddle boats, pedal carts, and mini golf. And then we run the jumping pillow on Saturdays twice a day and Sunday mornings. And then sometimes we'll do it during the week if we have a lot of kids in the park and we have a lot of people here. But most of the time we don't. We just do it on weekends. And the kids can get on there and they can jump, and they just have a ball with it. It's open an hour at a time.
It is a lot of exercise.
Yeah, it's good for the kids.
There are very few kids, especially on a warm day like today, that can last a whole hour, and then they're ready to head to the pool.
Okay.
And cool off, because it's hot. And the other thing is that's one of the things that's really nice about camping. When you were asking about why you choose camping over other activities, because it gets your children outdoors.
Sure.
And it gets them away from the TV. It gets them away from the video games. And it allows them to explore nature. They see fireflies, they see dragonflies, they catch fish, they might see a deer, they might see a bear, they might see a raccoon, they learn about things they don't know about, or different birds that they're not aware of. We had a great blue herring in the park the other day.
Interesting.
He comes and visits us and eats our fish.
Okay.
He likes our fish.
They're probably the best fishermen around. I
They
imagine
are,
those
and
herons, yeah.
unfortunately,
They're
he
very
doesn't. He
patient.
doesn't adhere to the catch and release
He
thing.
doesn't release?
No,
No?
he just
Okay.
he releases it right into his tummy.
I know
He eats them.
we've had trips on French Creek on our outdoor show and on Canadota Lake, and inevitably you see a heron around. It's like, oh, there's the best
and
fisherman.
that's something else people do. People come here and bring their kayaks, and they kayak French Creek or go over to Woodcock and kayak, and do stuff, or come here and go to Erie Wildlife Refuge to view eagles and wildlife up there.
Arts and crafts happen sometimes too.
Oh yeah, we have arts and crafts. We have a ceramics lady that comes in and teaches ceramics. And then we have we call it Artsy Doodle Weekend that's coming up, that we're going to do arts all day long. So it's for the crafty people that would like to.
I noticed some kids working on crafts when I was here the last time.
Yep.
The kids were working away on the crafts, and they seem to really be enjoying that.
Yep.
All ages, and
Yep.
maybe that's the same art quality that you make when you're 5 or 6 or whatever.
Yep.
Maybe it gets better when
Oh,
you're a
it
little
sure
bit
does.
older or whatever.
Sure does,
But they were
sure
having
does.
fun,
Yep.
no matter what.
Yep, we try to make fun things on Mom and Dad's weekends. We try to do a craft as a gift to Mom and a gift to Dad, so the kids have something to give their parents on Father's Day or Mother's Day, and that's always a big hit. You know, and even grandparents, they love getting stuff from the grandkids that were handmade. It's just a keepsake, you know. Grandmas and grandpas love that.
Well, so let me ask you one more time to make the sales pitch, but why should I take my family camping?
Well, because we can come do all these fun events and activities, whether it's our cardboard and duct tape boat regatta, where you make a boat and try to get one of an adult and a child across the lake.
Across the pond.
Now, how do you get across? Cardboard doesn't float very well, does it?
Yes, it will if you engineer it right.
The first year we did that, I didn't think this was going to be a successful event, and I thought we would have a lot of wet cardboard.
Retrieving people out of the lake kind of thing?
But believe it or not, there are some that can go across this whole pond behind us and get out the other side.
Still intact?
Dry.
Wow. Okay, well, that's impressive. That's impressive. With a cardboard boat.
And a cardboard boat.
Duct tape.
With a little duct tape to seal up the edges. But yeah, they really engineer it well. We do water barrel battles with the local East Mead Volunteer Fire Company, which is always a huge hit. The campers can come here and actually see what it's like to be a fireman for the day. They get to hold the hose and battle on the barrel on the wire behind us.
Now that's whoever can keep the barrel on the other guy's side wins. Is that how that
goes? The
goes?
barrel in the middle, and both streams go up and hit that barrel, and then whoever hits that barrel the best pushes it to the other guy's side.
So I'm guessing you might get a little wet with that one.
You get wet with that one.
That's
That's
probably
a
a fun thing, right?
Yeah, put the kids in a fire coat and a helmet with the shield, and the firemen supervise it, of course, but the kids and the firemen will stand out here and play with them for an hour or two. And
now, I'd be surprised if that isn't something that kid's going to remember for quite a long time, if not forever.
Well, the other thing is this is also about community, and one of the things Tim and I work very hard to do is support our local community. Our local volunteer fire company is, of course, very important to us for obvious reasons, right? But we are the local, right behind us here is the local, we are the local dry hydrant for East Mead. So if there's a local fire and they need water, they come to us to get it. So this is a perfect place for them to practice their firefighting skills, A, and B, of course, just like any entertainer that we would pay that comes to our park, we make a nice donation to the fire company to help support them.
So it's good all the way around?
It's good all the way around. It supports our community, the campers love it and have fun. The kids learn what it's like being a fireman, which isn't that important for us to teach our kids what a valuable resource and thing firemen are for our families and our communities, and it supports the fire company.
Okay, so I know where you are. I go past here all the time, but let's say someone doesn't know the area very well, and how would they get a hold of you? Where do they find you?
Okay, we're online at meadvillekoa.com. You can call us at 814-789-3251, or you can come visit us at 25164 State Highway 27, Meadville, PA.
Okay, so this is Meadville. Okay, so we're a little ways out of town here. You don't feel like you don't feel like it's a Meadville. We're I guess pretty near the boundary of Guys Mills and Titusville and all that.
We're on the outer edge, but we do still have a Meadville address, but we're really about 10 miles off the exit. But we get a lot of people. We're really a destination park, and we get people who come here, spend the weekend, have a great time, and we get people who are just passing through too. You know, we get one-nighters sometimes too, but.
Well, Robyn, it was great to get a chance to look around, get to meet you. Tim, same
Thanks
here.
for stopping to see us.
Thanks for having us out. We have our guest chef. She's going to make something special here of a camping nature. So we're really looking forward to that.
Cool.
So.
I'll be interested in. I might pick up that recipe and share it with my campers. They're always looking for good food.
Well, stay tuned for that. So Chef Lisa, welcome back. So if you're going camping, you got to think about the campfire, right? You got to cook something on the campfire.
That's right. You have to think about what you're going to eat, how you're going to make it, and what you need to take to make it. And aluminum foil is your friend.
Okay. Well, what was your idea for today?
Well, today is a fun, gooey, messy modification of a s'more. So we're doing something called Campfire Cones.
Okay.
And it's fun, and it's easy, and as long as you have heavy-duty aluminum foil, you're going to be okay.
Now we came up with a little grate for over the fire there. You think that'll be okay?
I think it should be fine. Now the nice thing about this, you don't have to do this over a campfire.
Could be in the grill?
It could be on the grill. It could be in the oven. So if you're going to do it on the campfire, you're probably going to put it on there 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how old your campfire is. If it's got a lot of really good coals going because it's been burning, you know, you've been at camp for a couple of days, and it's been ongoing, it's not going to take very long. But if you want to do it on the grill, you could do it for about 5 to 6 minutes probably, and then in the oven at 375, 5 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
So it's pretty easy.
So Landon and Gavin have been working on that fire, so that's a nice campfire.
It is a nice campfire. They worked really hard at that for us today. So what you really need are some waffle cones.
Okay.
Simple. And then you can pretty much pick whatever you want to go inside of them. I have some raspberries, I have strawberries, bananas, obviously your marshmallows and your chocolate, and we even have some Reese's peanut butter cups. But you could do Rolos, you could do butterscotch chips, you know. The sky's the limit.
Pick your favorite.
Pick whatever you like. And all you really have to do is just start putting in what you like. So we'll do some chocolate chips. We'll push some marshmallows in there. I'll throw Reese's peanut butter cup. Let's do a little bit more here. And you just kind of smush it in there.
Nice.
Let's do a couple strawberries.
Is there a can opener I could use, by the way?
No. I think we left the left-handed can opener inside.
Okay, next time. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't bring that out to camp today because, you know, we don't need it.
Well, that's okay. Good point.
Let's do a couple raspberries, some more chocolate. You want to get as much in there as you possibly can. The more the better, right? Smush that in there. And then what you want to do is just make sure you get a good sized sheet of aluminum foil. You kind of have to hold it there because you don't want your goods to fall out.
You don't want to spill, no.
Right, and just start wrapping. And I try to get that top closed so nothing falls out.
So as you're rolling there, you're getting several layers of foil around that cone. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
And then you need to put it on the fire.
So they're just going to go on the grate?
Yep.
All right.
Grate needs to be leveled out just a little bit.
Looks like our log tipped it over a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I think it might have.
Well, okay. That's pretty level. So just lay them on.
Yep.
That's pretty hot fire, Landon, Gavin.
They did a great job.
Good job with that.
Thank you.
And then 3 to 5 minutes.
Good thing I brought my watch.
There you go. Set that timer.
I'm counting it down.
Okay.
So Lisa, the cones just came off the fire. I'm getting a little excited here.
They did. You have to be careful, you know, because
the foil's hot. So leave it cool off for a minute or a few seconds or a minute or something. So you don't. Okay.
Yeah. And then you get a nice ooey gooey mess.
That.
And the kids love that.
What could be better than that?
I don't know.
Maybe better would be sampling. maybe?
I would think so.
What do you think, Gavin? What do you think? Landon, what do you think? Sampling, would that be a good thing?
Do I have some samplers? Here's one for you. Let's see what they think. Because this is definitely, you know, right up the kids' alley. Oh, look at that one.
Wow.
You can eat it right in the aluminum foil.
Crispy.
Yep.
Thank you.
There you go. What do you think?
It's really good.
How'd we do?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Wow, I like that. I don't
All
always
right.
hear that at dinner time, so this is good.
So what's that one called again, Lisa?
Campfire cones.
Campfire cones. Well, that's a good one. We're going to try that at my campfire the next time. huh?
Awesome.
Good. Well, thanks to the folks at the KOA Meadville. That was great fun. And Chef Lisa and Landon and Gavin Beck. It's always a pleasure to have you here. And
It's
thanks for the
wonderful to be
recipe.
here. Sure.
Especially thanks to the folks at home for joining us in Crawford County Outdoors. We'll talk to you next time.